place that I went quite a few times last year, and that is Big Bend National Park. Here he is! It's Joey! What's going on, man?
Come on, dude.
Ready to get some grub? Nothing like some good Texas brisket. Peach cobbler ain't bad either.
You got it? I'll bring my Jeep up.
Okay. All right. All right, making our way to Big Bend on Highway 385 between Fort Stockton and the Big Bend region. It's very interesting on this road. It goes from being just flat, kind of prairie land, desert scrub. The terrain becomes more rugged, more mountainous, and more desert. It does it, gradually, but there is parts where you can kind of, where it just you turn a corner, and next thing you know, you're like, "Whoa, how'd we get here?" Oh, come on, a minor lift and some all-terrain should be good. All right, we just got our camping reservations and we're going to Johnson Ranch. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's down on the very south end on the river road. Pretty far out there. Kind of looking forward to it. That's the only thing we could do with the number of vehicles and trailers we have, so we're going to take advantage of it. Let's get going. We're going to take Black Gap Road down there and see if we can get this M1102 up the Black Gap. Here we go, pulling onto Glen Springs Road. These M1102s, the recommended pressure is 17 psi. I think I put a little more in it just for the highway, but yeah, it's at 20. So I'm gonna put it down to its recommended. That way it doesn't bounce as much. Tires air down, sway bar disconnected. It's a go.
It's so funny pulling up Gaia GPS and or Gaia Maps or whatever and seeing the old track, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly where we are comparatively and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's great how they store all that on the cloud.
Yeah, it's super cool. And then for whatever, I guess these are all the tracks you shared. Oh, I got LTE all of a sudden. Nice.
That's random. I don't have anything here. I'm dead. vast, desolate desert wilderness, there lies spring rolls and sweet and sour sauce and Texas sweet tea. You can have some delicacies in the middle of nowhere. You can see Joey and I are just stopped off the trail here. It's just beautiful out here. Peaceful, serene.
Go either way. The camping food from hot dogs and peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, man. I'm curious how you're gonna get through all this. All right, now we're talking. It's Cat5 DDO.
Yeah, with the setup. Actually, I'm curious what's on the top of that hill there. Hold on a second. And there he goes. I can hear you splashing. I hear the water. This is Glen Spring along Black Gap Road. You can see he's out now. There he is, and he can hear me on the radio here. Now we're gonna make our way. Ooh, tight turn. I'm gonna have to do a 360 here, or not 360, a 4-point turn.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering when I got down. I was like, man, even for me, I had to make it a tight turn. But I'm curious how you. I almost wanted to stay back just to see you do it.
Actually, no, I was able to back up to the driver's side and cut the trailer a little more, and I was able to straighten. Pretty cool. This is the lowest amount of water I've ever seen in here. I see you.
Yep, I had to check out that campsite, see what it was like. It's a really small, I think, one-person campsite, but it seemed pretty, like, nestled. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was the first time I came out, that's where I wanted to camp, because I felt like it was the most sheltered. And, you know, it's right by the spring and stuff, but then it wasn't available.
Yeah, it's not too off the beaten path. It's right at the beginning of the, you know, the, quote, hard trail, you know?
Yeah, you'd see a lot of traffic, even though you're nestled back there. Dude, this is where you went up the right side last time just to have more challenge.
I was gonna say, I don't remember what I did. And then right now, I just did it without the sway bar disconnected. I was like, ah, crap, no wonder it's real stiff.
You can see the trail we're going on right there.
I don't know. Like this right here, I'm like, whoa, huh. Bigger drop than I thought. Oh, there's some like stacked rocks that are no longer stacked here, so just tread carefully.
tack, you're good.
Bill. So yeah, the bottom of this was dragging. All right, here's the main issue with this. The pintle hitch has plenty of articulation. You can see here the trailer can flex. It's just this hitch riser I have. It just does not give it any. That's like the lowest spot of the truck. And it looks like it's been hitting ground a little more than I thought it has. So far it's holding up, but I may have to start taking these at a slightly different angle here. I definitely think a good lift is in order for this. That'll help get that up off the ground a little more, but I still think it'll be scraping just from the angle of that. So maybe need some sort of more high clearance type of hitch riser. All right, we're at the Black Gap steps.
Just needed to know you were still there. It's Cat 5 DDO.
Yes, sir. I must make my presence known. Take a little easy there on the throttle. You know that you don't want to slide off of that.
Yeah, I don't want to make it look too easy for more people to show up out here.
Dude, you like totally tried to take the hardest line possible. Here's the thing. You think I need the rear locker? I'm going to try it without it.
Dude, I had no lockers on that, man.
Dude, I think that thing's scraping actually. Oh, party foul! It's not low enough. It's got. It's a whole other ball game when you got a trailer. Is it flexing? Whoa! I can feel it hopping. Once we passed through the tougher portions of Black Gap Road, we continued to work our way south and joined up with River Road West, which will eventually take us to our campsite at Johnson's Ranch. But before arriving at camp, we ran across someone who, in an attempt to move slightly off the trail in order to let us pass, ended up getting herself stuck. So he's on the radio and he just goes, "Oh, this thing just biffed it." And I was like, "What?"
I was moving over too much and I dropped that. I did no damage though.
Oh, wow.
That I can see.
That's crazy. You can hardly see that.
Yeah, and this thing is 11 days old.
Oh, man. He's like an expert at your car.
Well, this is something I've been wanting to do. Oh, the door's open.
Yeah, he's been wanting one of these. He's been like talking about it. I'm Preston, by the way.
Mo.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I'm Joey.
Nice to meet you.
So then,
Nice.
you're out.
What'd you do?
Put it in 4 high.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
4-wheel
I
drive.
had hit
Oh, really?
and 2-wheel drive the whole time.
Hey, it can handle it.
All the way from the Canyon way over there.
Oh, the Santa Elena Canyon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would drive it in 4 high the whole way out and have fun with it. Yeah.
You know you want one, Joey.
I know, and it's white too.
He was just saying to me the whole trip down here, man, I want to get a 4Runner, or thinking about them, or...
See, you just sold me because like I saw what you did and you got out of it.
Once we assessed that there was no damage to her vehicle, we went our separate ways and finally made our way towards camp. Yeah, it's like a little party. Like, this should be a group camp. It's real dusty, but yeah, we'll make it work.
Make it work. This is interesting terrain, right?
Yeah, it's weird. They all look dead, but I'm sure there's greenery here in the summer.
The downside is like this is where the bears and lions would hide, I would think.
Yeah, and those little bugs are everywhere. The little gnats, they're landing on the windshield.
But they'll disperse when it gets cold, right?
I hope. I don't know if you can see it, but there are gnats everywhere. This is where that the cow lives. We're trying to decide whether we're going to stay or go, but there's not really anywhere else we can go. You can't just camp anywhere in the national park, unfortunately. How you feeling? Is it getting any better? They're worse back there where the cows are.
Oh, I believe it.
Feeling was going to get in Arizona because he would always go back to Arizona in the wintertime.
That's where my the pattern of rangers, not like I don't know.
Where that whole mentality.
Arrow.
All right, Joey's got his even newer ham radio set up. So Joey's going to be able to talk to satellites tonight with one of these radios to listen to it and one to transmit to it. It's a little techie, but it should be pretty cool. Are they HF or are they?
They're all band, all mode. So they do 160 meter to 6 meter, and then 2 meter and 70 centimeter. In all modes, so FM.
Oh, dude,
CW.
you even got a headset.
Yeah,
That's
that
awesome.
way I don't have
and
to.
a mic.
That way I don't have to do this. It'll just transmit when I talk. Yeah.
Talk about fancy. You thought my Bluetooth cooler was fancy.
Yeah.
So these are satellites that are going to pass over us tonight.
So we're gonna try an attempt at this one.
That's a map of all of them.
Yeah, like here they are in the sky right now. And these are just the ones I wanted to track. There's a lot more. And so what's cool is you can sit here and like you can sit here and say, okay, where are they flying at what time?
Look, it's just like the Nets.
Yes. And what do they see? Like that's the footprint that you can see. So when the circle is over us in any part, we're able to see it and basically transmit it. And anybody else in the circle is fair game for we'll be able to talk back.
Crazy. I really want to know who was the first person to do this. Was he a former satellite technician? Did he just come up with it, like with his knowledge of ham radio and RF and all that? Like, how did this come about? Barrett Jackson koozie.
That would be pretty cool. Buddy.
There we go.
Ladder?
Yep. No, I got it.
I'd like to introduce you. I can't do Marco. That sounded like. What are you cooking?
Salmon.
Show off.
What? It's just salmon.
You went from sushi to salmon? I think that's
Okay, so Brad and Marco, we are not, but we try. see what Joey's got going on. Oh, look at that steak. Ooh, on the cast iron skillet. See, you got me beat in the hardware department.
This is a first attempt with this skillet.
Oh, really?
I spent all week seasoning it for this.
Dude, it looks awesome.
So let's see how we fare. When the bugs are gone. Or was it like, was he really that cool?
No, he really was.
I know, right? Oh, dude, that looks good. Well done, man.
Yeah, sushi. If it's not done enough, it's sushi. Mmm. Oh my god. So juicy.
Tell me about it. I'm saying.
And that looks delicious too.
I'm as juicy as it gets, man.
Well, it's dark now at camp. We're still here. we survived the gnats. They're gone. They don't like the cold, which is good for us. But you know, we kind of don't like the cold either. But we got different ways to manage it. So there's the bear box that all the sites in Big Bend have. See the sunset to the west. Didn't have too much of a sunset that was worth getting any shots of, but still pretty cool, the glow. All right.
Man, I'm not sure.
Joey's about to go live and communicate with the aliens.
1 degree down. So it's just below that, and it's getting ready to get there. So there it is.
So now he's looking for himself.
CQ satellite, Kilo, India 5, Delta, Delta, Oscar.
How long was that overall?
That was a 15-minute pass.
Really?
That was long. So that's me. That's what it sounds like coming down off the thing.
Off the satellite?
Off the satellite. That's what people hear if they're in the...
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. And he listened for the... As I adjust for... and I try to catch my voice back to... That's a Doppler effect.
Huh.
So it's moving so fast, even though I'm transmitting at it, it's moving too fast for it to... it'll adjust the audio of it. For the whiskey.
All right, Joey's now switched to his 17-foot whip.
Is the frequency in use? Kilo India 5, Delta Delta Oscar.
I think it's an amazing experience to talk on amateur radio when you're so far off the grid. Not only is the radio noise level low from the lack of interference from other electrical devices and such, but it's just a good feeling being able to contact other humans from such a remote location.
This is Kilo India 5.
It's almost like listening to the rest of the world from high above on a lonely mountaintop, away from it all, but connected.
CQ, standing by for anyone, anywhere.
Kilo Delta 5, Juliet, Charlie X-ray.
Kilo Delta 5, Juliet, Charlie X-ray. Great signal. I've got you 5-9 to park Kilo 0006. QSL?
QSL. I am not a POTUS working, but like 5-7 here in southeast Oklahoma.
Roger, the 5-7 to southeast Oklahoma. Okay, no problem if you're not in the parks in the air. It's just answering is all you had to do. Papa Yankee India, great signal. 5-9 to park Kilo 0006. QSL?
Hey, QSL, Roger. You're also 5-9 in South Texas.
Roger, South Texas. We must be close because we're down in Big Bend activating.
Oh, okay. I'm down here in McAllen, Texas. Need to McAllen, Texas, QSL.
Roger, down in McAllen. Yeah, that explains your awesome, great, strong signal. Thanks for the contact, 73.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy, 73.
we all had this like coming to Jesus moment as a group where we were all like almost about to get all.
Be sure and check out part 2 of this episode as we finish the rest of River Road, finally run Old Ore Road in its entirety, and run into some car trouble on the trail that ultimately causes us to change plans. It's all part of the adventure. We'll see you next time.